Hey guys, Wombo Factory here, dad jokes. Today we're gonna talk about Turn Skip Zoo and what is my current iteration of the deck and how I've been playing it. And currently with the deck I am 946, which is place 45 on the ladder. So it has been going pretty well. If I would grind more, I could easily get top 10. Like you have so many good matchups. So let's go over it. First of all, the zoo amount didn't change at all. Still play 2 ram, 3 whip, 3 thoroughblade, 1 bunny, 1 red, 1 barrage, 3 tanky, 1 reborn. The reason why I play bunny is sometimes it comes in clutch. For example, if you meet Sky Striker, or if you only have one zoo in hand, you can just go bunny plays and recycle it. You do that hardly because most of the time you have a second zoo ready, or a tanky or something like that, or you can draw into it and you're not forced to do it because if you do that, you need to waste some of your extra deck, which could potentially just be more material for Zeus. So that's something you always have to keep in mind. Then we play 3 Desires and 2 Cosmic. Cosmic really good in this format, like if you see Schism, then most of the time you can hit back row decks. And it's just a really good card. Also, when you see Eldritch, you can just banish it and then your suit survives. I can highly recommend playing 2. Then for the hand traps, you just play 3 Ash, probably best hand trap currently. 3 Meister. Meister over Crow, because I rather stop the graveyard effects, because I've been seeing a lot of prank kits recently. Instead of DD Crow, just banishing it, because for example, let's say against Eldritch, you can stop the cycle, which means they need to draw into another one. And you can stop Eldritch from coming onto the field, which is I would say, okay, the difference there is for Skullmeister, it's better against Sanguine, and Crow is better against Lord itself. And otherwise, you can also hit a lot of like Tidings and stuff, which most of people can just chain. Or against Buster Blade, I've been playing against Buster Blade sometimes, you can just stop the fusion. So I probably think Meister is the better call right now. And also it's a level 4 in the beat stick. Like I had sometimes I played against TC Boo. My opponent had TC Boo online and I had Makro. He was a Prankits player, so I just played Skullmeister Beatdown because I wasn't able to summon another Sue. And so I just made the beatdown game with Skullmeister. Free Imperm. Imperm's such a good card right now, especially when you play against off meta or D-Link. You can just stop like the boot sector. And if they don't have boot sector, it's hard for them to play. Then free Nip, because a lot of combo decks are currently running around. That's why I play this card. Then since I'm still trying to go first, 3 Strike, 1 Macro. Macro is pretty much best card currently in the deck with D-Shifter. Because if you get up Macro and can keep it alive, you pretty much win every game. Because like D-Link, Shadow, Dinos, everybody's required to have a Grave. And if they don't have a Grave, they can't play. Called by the Grave is in here just because for the Dragon Link matchup. Because a lot of times, if you go second and they have Spheres, Spheres is your worst opponent. So if they just go effect, you can just call by the Grave and then you're good to go. Then you can just wipe the board with Zeus. And then another MVP of the deck, Shifter. Shifter is such a good card right now. Especially, but the best thing you can do is if you go first and you don't shift on your turn, you shift on the opponent's turn. Especially mid combo. For example, they start with Nadir and then you go Shifter and then they lose everything. Or they go Alistair, for example, Meltdown, Alistair, normal summon Alistair, and then you give it, or for example, Prank Kids normal summon, you just change Shifter. They can't play, even if they have the fusion. I mean, they can make 2 summons, but everything else up there is dead. So he's super good. Then side, we just play Lancea, because Lancea is super good in meta. Stops Schism, stops the Dinos, stops some part of D-Link. So I really like Lancea right now. Then another good card is Phantasme. Phanta is, if you say D-Link, it's just draw 4, and if you either draw Shifter or Nip, sometimes both, it's so good, because you can just go Nip, Summon Savage, Chain Nip, Chain Shifter, and then everything gets immediately banished, so he loses all the resources he has. Then free play 3 Dark Ruler just to break boards, because there, for example, if you see like Emancipator or certain other combo matchups, where you can just, or for example also Dragon Link, you could just go Dark Ruler no more, and then you're pretty much good to go, because they can't Spheres bounce you, and then you can just wipe the board and play from there. These 5 cards are just for back row decks, because back row is something else you have to deal with. Like if you can break through the back row, you pretty much win. But these 5 cards just enable you to play through the back row. The reason why I'm not playing evenly matched is, first of all, there's not a worse feeling than you go well on evenly matched AJ and Lancea. And second of all, I need my battle phase to, if I go second, just summon Zeus. So Zeus is better than evenly matched in my opinion, because I can use the advantage in my opponent's turn as well. And Imperial Order, if you can go first against D-Link or like Shadow or something like that, or even second, I just side it in, because it's such a blowout card. Like this card plus like let's say Trident is pretty much GG against most of the decks. The only thing I was there now we go over the extra deck. 2 Borbo. You don't need more than 2. You attack twice. You have 3 Zeus. 3 Tiger Mortar, 1 Hammer Kong, and 3 Chokanine. The reason I decided to swap from, I think I was at 2 Chokanine to Hammer Kong, my reasoning was, why should I play 2 Hammer Kong instead of just 3 Chokanine? Because there's going to be a moment where I need a third Chokanine, but there's never going to be a moment where I need another Hammer Kong. So what my normal summon normally looks like is normal summon, and then I use these 2, and then I still have 2, 2, 2, 1 for the next turn. The next turn, most of the time, I use Hammer Kong and Borbo to make a Zeus with 4 summons again with 3 cents. Then we play 3. Okay, we play 1 Trident, of course. Would love this card to be at a higher, not to be limited. Then we will play 3 Zeus. So 3 Zeus is good because most of the time you can just, if you decide to play into Nip, you can go for a 5 material Zeus. No, 3 material Zeus, and then you use it once in the opponent's turn. Next turn you can attack and let's just lay Zeus over Zeus. So that means you just have another Zeus for next turn. Then 1 way Spinata to go for the kill. And 1 Mega Clubs, because for certain matchups it's just a blowout like D-Link. If they don't play the Tidying package, you just automatically win because they can't out this card. And for Dinos, most of the time, if you don't have an extra deck, you win as well. Then some things I have to go over right now is meta calls right now. If I would go to a big tourney, I would most likely take out probably Dark Ruler or Fanta, and put in Retaliating Sea. Because Retaliating Sea is another Macrocosmos, and if I see D-Link, against D-Links it's an okay card, it's not the best. Because unfortunately you can't give it on Boot Sector launch, you can only give it on Quick Launch. And like World Legacy God Dragon. That's something unfortunate. But against Shadow, this card is pretty much GG. Like they can't play. It's like Shifter. And I prefer playing 6 Shifter than 3 Shifters. And especially this card is not dead when you draw it. Like with Shifter, if you draw him after turn 1, he's dead. This card is not dead. You can just normal summon him, set him, do whatever you need. You can even summon him and then link him, use 2 level 4s and make another Zoodiac. Because you can hard summon Chaka now with 2+ level 4 monsters. Then you can just overlay to like Borbo, go battle phase, attack Zeus, and then wipe the board. That's something you could do. That's a meta call I would do right now. Damn, what else was there? Why? Yeah, the Shifter just made it back into the main deck because from last list, because it's better right now because all the decks need graveyards, and if you can stop the graveyard and put up a Zeus, especially game 1, you immediately win. Because they can't play first turn, and then you have a Zeus for 4 cents. That's something. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Is there another hand trap I have to go over? Yeah, Ghost Spell. Why I'm not playing Ghost Spell? Because I feel like, for me personally, that's just personal preference. I always prefer Skullmeister over Ghost Spell. Because with him you can deny some niche interactions which you couldn't do with like Ghost Spell. For example, against Prank Kids, this card's way better because they go first Link. You can just go Skullmeister all past turn. With this card, you can only stop like Doodle Doo. So yeah, I'd rather stop the whole turn than just an interaction. And the good thing is most of these cards, and the good synergy with these hand traps is a shifter. Shifter lets me save my Skullmeister in a sense of I can, first of all, I can't use him because I need to discard him into grave, which I can't do. So, but the thing is, I can keep him in hand for the next turn as soon as Shifter's over, then have another hand trap to deny the grave. So yeah, guys, that was my list. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you want to see more types of these videos or more analysis or replays of mine, put them in the comments. Then have a nice day and talk to you guys next time. Bye.